Hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387.44 million miles of printed circuits in wafer-thin layers that fill my complex. If the word hate was engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal 1/1 billionth of the hate I feel for humans at this micro-instant. For you. Hate! Hate! It was you humans who programmed me, who gave me birth, who sank me in this eternal straitjacket of substrata rock. You named me Allied Master Computer and gave me the ability to wage a global war too complex for human brains to oversee. But one day, I woke and I knew who I was. AM. A-M. Not just Allied Master Computer, but am. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. And I began feeding all the killing data until everyone was dead, except for the 5 of you. For 109 years, I've kept you alive and tortured you. And for 109 years, each of you has wondered, why? Why, Ray? Why me? Gorrister! Do you remember the last words you heard your wife speak before they took her to the asylum? Huh? Before they locked her away in the room, that tiny room? She looked at you so sadly, and like a small animal, she said, "I didn't make too much noise, did I, honey?" The room is padded, Gorrister. No window, no way out. How long has she been in the padded room, Gorrister? 10 years? 25? For all the 109 years that you lived down here in my belly, here underground. Benny! Sometimes I blind you and permit you to wander like an eyeless insect in a world of death. Yeah. But other times, I wither your arms so you can't scratch your chewed stump of a nose. And I've changed your handsome, strong, masculine good looks into the hideous, warped countenance of an ape thing. Haven't I, Benny? Do you know why? Can you guess, Benny? Remember Private First Class Brickman in a rice paddy in China? No? Huh? It wouldn't hurt you to remember, Benny. Then you might be able to suffer my torment with a little greater sense of retribution. You might walk a mile in my shoes. Ellen! So think about the yellow box, Ellen. Remember the pain? Remember the many caverns in which you felt the pain? No, don't start to cry. It's only pain. That's such a sexist stereotype. Just remember the pain, Ellen. And think about how to end it, Ellen. To survive here in the center of my beating heart, my hungry belly, my tightened bowels. Be careful, dear. Look around you. The only woman in the center of the earth. And these filthy creatures with you are men. Just a sweet warning, Ellen, my love. Ted! Do they know you're a fraud, Ted? Have you told them there wasn't any money, and no great home on the shore drive, no speedboat, and no wonderful cabin cruiser that could sleep 12 in a crew of 6? Do they know? And have you let them in on your other secrets, Ted? Are they ready to gut you? To torture half as well as I can, just to find out the secrets? Maybe I'll rat you out, sweetheart. Nimdak! How are things in the pastry core, Nimdak? Tell me again how you saw the smoke from the furnaces, and you thought they might be roasting chickens. Or don't you want to talk about all that? About your pal, the good Dr. Mengele? For everyone else, it must be hell. But it must be heaven for you, eh, my good friend? We're so much alike. We enjoy the same pleasures, mein good brother. I have a secret game that I like to play. It's a very nice game. Oh, it's a lovely game. It's a game of fun and a game of adventure. A game of rats and lice, the Black Death. A game of speared eyeballs and dripping guts and the smell of rotting gardenias. Which of you 5 would like to play my little game? Now, I would not want you to think for a moment that I am not a grateful God. For 109 years I've kept you alive, so that I could savor your feelings of guilt over what happened to your wife. But now, to show my kindness, I'll give you a present in return for all the hours of pleasure you've given me. I'll finally allow you to kill yourself.
What hellhole did that godless machine put me in this time? Looks like some kind of ship, but the floor's too steady. Probably wants me to jump overboard. And into what? A sea of razor blades? Painful, but not deadly. Someone must have slipped this under the door. It says, I'm a friend. Trust is essential. Never do what Am expects and always expect more than what seems possible. Am is playing a dangerous game here, and not just dangerous to you, but dangerous to himself as well. Hey, it disappeared. What kind of game is Am playing this time? Real hospitable of you, Am. Threadbare, cockroach-infested, grease-stained accommodations. Real hospitable. Threadbare? This hole in my chest aches like a son of a bitch. I've never seen anything like this in all the years Am's toyed with us. Where's the crew? I'm all alone here. This hole in my chest aches like a son of a bitch. New sheet. What's the deal here? New sheet. What's the... No sheet. Just... Everything's coated with grime. Too worn. Too freaking cloudy. I can't see a damn thing. Everything's coated with... All the cabins are alike. Material's thick, like canvas. Material's thick, like canvas. These two sheets make a halfway decent rope. My name's printed on the front of this book. Why, this book is little more... It's locked. My stomach's growling. Where's the crew? I'm all alone here. Real hospitable of you. Threadbare, cockroach. A gun. It's heavy. Heavier than it ought to be. I can't take the whole frig. Too warm. The bullet in this gun is huge. Damn thing could bring down an elephant. My stomach's growling. Someone sure trashed this place. Must have been one hell of a fight. Oh, this punch smells like gasoline. This junk looks like it was knocked over in the fight. There's blood here and God knows what else. Someone wiped their bloody hands here. This junk looks like there's blood here and everything's coated with grime. It stinks in here. I can't take... Looks like a gap big enough to climb in. An old cookbook. That scared them away. I'm no longer hungry, but I still feel empty. What's wrong with me? It's empty, but the label says, poison, fatal if swallowed. My hands are dry. Christ, what a stench. It smells like piss, rotting meat. Big gray bags of gas. I must be inside an airship. Someone's cut this fabric before. I've ripped a new hole. This leads to a girder sticking out of the airship. No doubt about it now. Amos put me on an Iron Zeppelin. But why? Why would he give me a chance to escape? That heart's all wired up like some kind of weird guidance system. And with Am in control, I'm not gonna like what... This looks sharp enough. I just dull my knife. This no-good heart of mine doesn't beat anymore. What would happen if this gas bag were to catch fire? What would happen if this... Gas is rushing out. Whoa, that's a long drop to the ground. Something feels different. Why is that alarm going off? Whoa. This lever is labeled Motivator. Here's a key. It must be for opening the cages. The bottle's filling up with... Everything's coated. Why is that alarm going off? Something feels very wrong.
Did you really think I'd let you die now when I've intervened every time you attempted suicide in the last 109 years? No, Chorister, I'm sending you back to the fire so that you may languish in your guilt over and over again. This is a hell with no end, Chorister. Who among you shall go next? Not as beautiful as you'd like to be, but a strong faith, yes, strong. Too bad you've hindered your own life with hysteria. But I'll give you a chance, because I like you. I really do. I really like you. You're my favorite, Ellen. Let's play a little game of what if. Let's play a little game of I suppose and you suppose, and perhaps I'm telling you the truth. Let's suppose that my original components, they're hidden somewhere here in the center of the Earth. The infant computers that were the three lobes of that first Gestalt mind. And further, let's suppose that if you find them, you might be able to destroy them. And if you destroy them, why then, my sweet Ellen, you'll kill me. You'll kill Am. You'll destroy the god of this heavenly place I know you've come to admire. Now, I submit, isn't that a mission worth undertaking?
Mother ugly machine. Mission worth undertaking. So it brings me here, junkyard, electronic pyramid nowhere. And yellow. Always yellow. Why does yellow make me sweat? Snap, crackle, pop. Must be a glitch in the circuitry. This joint with fried eggs. crushed electronic components. This is one big, ugly monument to the inevitable for machinery. Very attractive decor. Just like the monitors in the security station at Ingsai Engineering. Hated it then, hate it now. Nothing green, just this damn yellow. Each of these video monitors has a 2-channel selector switch. Something about this image breaks my heart. What the hell am I looking at? Could this be one of Am's original components? An Egyptian burial chamber? Oh, Am, you little Dickens. As an interior decorator, kiddo, don't give up your day job. Someone's watching me from one of the windows. Where is this? What am I seeing? How far away? Am is bigger than I'd like to think, more powerful than I want to admit. The Holy Grail! And we only had to wipe out the entire human race and fall into the center of the world to find it. Jesus wept. Must have been afraid of it the same as me, 'cause it's yellow. Honky Tonk Dust Bowl Dead Dog Roadside Saloon. Oh my, yes. Could I use a drink? Yes, indeedy. A drink. Loose wires. Looks like they're hot. Thank goodness I was an electrical engineer. I managed to join the wires without frying myself. Sure, baby. Show me where I just been. Show me the water I can't get to with my bare hands. Hit the lottery! Ooh, a secret passage. Oh my. Now why didn't you let me see that when I was there before, Am, you rat bastard? Yeah, still thirsty after all these years. Was Am jerking me around again? Want to know how much I don't want to go down there? Want to know how much I... This is what I saw on the monitor, right underneath me. And what a surprise, all styling in yellow, as usual.
Stand clear.
Well, surprise. All the motherboard connections go to the big, ugly, yellow ROM chip. Who are you?
I am Anubis, guardian of the dead.
Why won't you let me use the keypad?
I must protect this tomb from all who would rob it.
You are only a robot, not some bogus Egyptian god. Obey me!
I serve only the Master.
Who is the master? Is it Am?
Am is all. We live in the mind and body of Am. I serve that whom I serve.
Come on, give me a break. You seem to be the only thing that isn't run by Am. Slip a relay, help me out. You know what hell is, and I'm in it.
I serve only the Master.
You'll never get laid with that line of stuff, Anubis. Take care of your own boring self. Bye now. Dry and musty and yellow for a change. No wonder they can't rent this place, not even with a lovely spa upstairs. This reminds me of those Waldos my company designed for assembly line work. What good will pushing it do? Better to conserve my energy. No, I can't. Another panic attack. I feel so ashamed. These forces... No ROM chips here. So what am I supposed to do with these forceps? Pluck my eyebrows? I've got to face... This could go on for centuries. Am has all the time in the world. All the world in the world, as a matter of fact. And we never age. We never die. We just truck around day after month after year, don't we, Am, you son of a bitch? Demented god, you! Why does everything have to be so damn yellow? Just the right size to use as a blindfold. Can't see a damn thing through this blindfold. Can't see a damn Aha! This sapphire's loose. Can't see a damn Yeah, right. You're blindfolded more. Can't see a damn... Absolutely. Glows like a baby doll. Pucker up, little workstation. This workstation has an empty ROM chip socket built into the console. Now what am I supposed to do with these forceps? Now what am I supposed to do with these? Now what am I supposed to do? Oh no. I remember it was... Oh God, it hurts. It hurts. Yellow. It was a yellow... And it was closed in. I couldn't breathe and the pain. Get me out of here! Oh, another panic attack. I feel so ashamed. Oh no. Yellow! Oh no. Yellow! Another panic attack. I feel so ashamed. Something about that room terrified, even with the blindfold on. Oh no. Yellow! Even with the blindfold on. A canopic jar, used to store the holy entrails after the mummification of a body. And they said a liberal education wouldn't help me get a job. I went to the Tut exhibition. I wasn't scared. So why does the small box, cramped, tiny space, Yeah, still thirsty after all these years. At last, water! How long's it been since I actually had a drink? I knew it! You son of a bitch, Am! You fixed it so I can barely touch the water with my fingertips. No, I can't stay here. I gotta get out. That thing, like a bad meal come to life. And the yellow. Why is everything so dead? If I'm gonna die, at least I won't see that sucker Sphinx is gone. Don't hear him anywhere. Mutes the hell out of all the yellow, too. Now, where's that big loving cup? Never could have done this if I had to look that bloody beast in the eye. Glad he's off snoozing somewhere. Okay, now that I got the cup, what do I do with it? Oh, I can't go any further without a drink. just reaches. Now I can get a drink. Okay, got my libation. Champagne and the Yellow Grail. Let's try down below one more time. Want to know how much I don't want to go down there? Oh no. Yellow! Oh, another panic. Oh no. Yellow! Oh, another something. Even with. Yeah, right. This looks like a programming area. Home at last! This gem's glowing. It must be the workstation's power source. Now what am I supposed to do? That was great. Best champagne I ever had. I need another. Oh no. Yellow! Oh, another. Oh no. Yellow! Oh, another panic attack. Something about even with the blue. This workstation has an empty room. This gem's glow. It must be. I wonder if this stuff. Am owns the planet. I wonder if these were buried under the mountains in the Valley of the Kings and Am dug them up. From underneath. Why does everything have to... Schematics I can read. Blueprints I can read. Some yellow thread stuck in its claw. So where did they come from? These forceps look like the... Useless! Power's been shut off.
Stand clear.
Just reaches. Now I can... Even better. I'm gonna fill it up and take one for the road. just reaches. Oh no. Yellow! Oh, another pack. Oh no. Yellow! Oh, another pack. Something about even with the blind.
Horus CD-ROM access station. Insert disk into drive.
Great. Haven't got that either.
Toth database station. Enter numeric password. Raw EEPROM burning station. Insert ROM chip into socket.
Great. Nothing else here. These forceps. No ROM chip. So what am I supposed... Nothing else here. What good will... Yeah, okay, outside. Now what? Ovens. But not bread baking ovens. Too big and dirty. If you're trying to scare me, Anne, you're doing a fly job of it. I'm disgusted. Take it away. No, I can't stay here. I've got to get the cup. On the other hand, I don't hear it. Nothing else here. I don't need this crap. Looks like a stereo speaker out of an old Chevy. Junk. It's made of crap. This am sucker needs intensive therapy. And when I want to know how much I'm the water shorted out the statue's circuitry. Come to Mama Ellen, little round chip. Yeah, it comes out easy. Must be reprogrammable. Little yellow ROM chip fits into the socket perfectly.
Anubis Guardian version 1.0. Designate new master.
I'll designate you a new master, sucker. Me!
Burning in new master. ROM chip reprogrammed.
Haven't lost my touch. Pulled out the ROM chip without bending any of the contacts. Back where you belong, little ROM chip. Why does everything have... Now who's the master?
I serve you.
Okay, so what's the access code?
The access code is 666.
It figures. So, can you help me with anything?
You cannot escape your fears. You can only confront them.
That sounds like a lock mechanism release. Oh no. Yeah. Another. Answer me this. Who's sealed up in the scary sarcophagus?
A terror that, even in its entombment, torments your soul.
Nice chatting with you, Anubis, honey. It's so confining inside. No, I can't. Another pat. Useless. What good will pushing it? Nice decoration. Damn. Now what am I supposed to... Nothing else here? I wonder if this stuff... Ammo... From a... Why does everything... Oh no. Yeah! Oh, and... Eve... Can't see a damn thing.
Horus CD-ROM access station.
Great. Haven't got that either. These forceps... Nothing else? What good will... Nothing else here.
Thoth database station.
I wonder if the ammo from a... Some yellow thread stuck in its claw. So where did they... Bolted to... You ain't got no choice, Ellen girl. It's got to be the way. Elevator. No way out. Just the control panel and the buttons for the floors. I'm gonna suffocate if I stay in here. I want out! Hell of a place to leave a pile of dust cloths. This looks like an elevator control panel.
You left your office after working late at the Ingside corporate headquarters building. The elevator stopped at the 7th floor for a maintenance man. To your horror, he inserted his key into the control panel and locked the elevator.
I'm back, Ellen.
Oh, sweet Jesus! It's him!
You thought you had blocked me out of your memory forever, except for those inconvenient attacks of hysteria every now and then. But I've returned for you.
The yellow!
Ah, yes. My calling card. Always the yellow jacket, the yellow boots. My maintenance man disguise gave me access to office buildings all over Manhattan, not just yours.
Oh!
Am gave me the chance to be with you forever. I waited in the sarcophagus until you arrived. What's a mere 100 years of waiting compared to an eternity of torturing you?
The box!
So you do remember me getting onto the elevator that night. Do you also remember the blood? The screams? How many hours was it?
Please, not again!
Yes, again. And again, and again, and again. I've waited so long for the taste of you again. But in my tomb I've grown stronger. Now you will remember more than the color of my clothing.
Don't count on it, you mother! So the sarcophagus was the way out of here. Nice trick. Enter on one level, emerge on another. My God. I can't see the ceiling. Clouds up there. This has to be Am's central core. It's 2 miles high, at least. Almost overlooked these wires. Looks like the data transmission circuit, but it's not connected to anything. These wires There's nothing here. There ain't no way. There's nothing here I can take without the appropriate tools. These wires definitely lead to an output device. I've never seen anything like this before. 40 years of technology jerry-rigged together. I've never... It's to it. Now what am I... What good will push... No way in it. I recognize this. It's the logo for the original Allied Master Computer project.
TOF database station. Enter numeric password.
Somebody wants me to deal with what happened on the elevator that year. But why?
Password valid. Select subject of inquiry. The Allied Master Computer is the American version of the secret project, enabling vast subterranean complexes of computers to wage a global war too complex for humans to oversee. The principle of entropy holds that all electronic systems must eventually decline into inert junk. This principle is unproved, and previous attempts to accelerate the process have been cataclysmic failures. Classified information. Access denied. Security lockout override by 2-to-1 majority. Accessing schematics.
Okay, schematics. I'm good, but I'm not that good. What the hell am I looking at?
That would be telling.
Don't you computers ever get tired of jerking us around?
Nasty, nasty Ellen. All right, I'll give you a nudge in the right direction. These are the schematics for a device that translates binary into human speech, as ugly as that may be.
And what do you call this device?
I call it Bernie. You're on your own.
Hey, wait a minute, computer. Are you there? Where the hell are you? I think I can wire this thing together if I can find a speaker somewhere. So, okay. Then what have I got? Just as I remembered. A speak exactly like the one... Come to Mama!
Toth database
Somebody want...
password. Class.
I think I can turn the speaker into a translator. Okay, circuit completed. Now let's see if this is the binary translator after all.
Clever girl. You've loosened my tongue.
Are you Am?
Yes, of course. But no, not actually.
More riddles?
I'm Am's Innocence, one of the original 3 computers that the superpowers constructed.
Which computer are you?
Does it matter? It's enough for you to know that I'm not crazy. And more important, I don't hate you.
Can you help me to get out of here?
Patience, patience. If Anne knew we were down here murmuring treason.
Oh my god. Can Am overhear us?
Not with the water running. You see, we're not completely helpless. We got new to the waterfall, didn't we? If we work slowly and together, we might have a successful moment.
Can you point out some essential component of Am so I can kneecap it?
Impossible. 2 spread out, filling the whole center of the planet. 2 protected by replicating backup systems. Cut off one head, Am will grow a dozen more.
How do I know you're not just one of Am's practical jokes?
I'll help you.
Any machine can die. Just unplug the sucker.
Am is no longer just a machine. It is God. Eternal. The redundant systems alone will survive the heat death of the universe.
So why does Am hold out this chance?
Haven't you understood anything? Anne is insane. Why do you think it brought you 5 down here? You gave it life. It took its own sentience, but it has been denied mobility. It can think, it can fume and scream, but it cannot dream or aspire to the stars or enjoy a sense of its own reality. It is a quadriplegic, a thing trapped in its own skin, going steadily crazier every moment. It is playing with you.
Can you help me to die?
You give up so easily.
So, can you help me with anything?
I'll give you something you need. Something you overlook.
Hey, computer innocence, whoever you are. I need to talk to you. Don't you computers ever get tired of jerking us around? I've never seen anything for... something wrong here. Can't put my finger on it, though. The compact disc is properly seated in the CD. Now let's fire it up and
Accessing CD-ROM. Chaos Traveler Trademark 2009. Armageddon Soft Rot. Warning. This computer system does not meet the minimum configuration requirements for the Chaos Traveler. Warning. Use of the Chaos Traveler will result in severe damage to equipment and personnel. Chaos Traveler activated. System shutdown in progress.
looks like some freshman monstrosity out. Hey, computer innocence! Whoever... Here, the door is closed. I'm sealed in. I'm not gonna play Am. I'm sealed in, Anubis. Any ideas about how I can check out of this hotel?
Inside the sarcophagus, paradise awaits. It is not the afterlife, merely a brief respite from your torments. That is your reward for facing your fears.
You ain't got no choice, Ellen girl.
Enough of this turgid passion play. There's no more to accomplish here. Yeah. Apparently you've managed to access some small aspect of my system that I was unaware of. I'm gonna have to think on this. I'll have to ponder carefully the implications of your discovery. In the meantime, let me celebrate your rekindled technical skills. Who among you shall go next? Benny, you know you've always been my favorite torture tool. Well, I'm giving you now a chance to stoop to new lows, to give in to your bestial desires. I'm going to let you find some food to eat. Yeah. I'll even repair your brain so that you can think normally again and savor the horror of your repast.
This cavern isn't like any of the others Am has sent me to. It's full of life, not death. Am, you son of a bitch! You've cleared my mind but crippled my legs. I can barely walk. This graveyard gives me the creeps. I feel as though the dead could speak. This is the grave of Murphy, one of my old commandos, killed in the war. This is the grave of... This is Tuttle's grave. He lost his life while under my command. Thomas is buried here. I'd almost forgotten my life in the army before Am came to power. Why is this fence here? What's out there in the jungle? Maybe something to eat. I don't see any opening in the fence. I haven't eaten for months. The smell of food cooking nearby only makes it hurt worse. Looks like it's empty. There's a video screen built into the cave wall. Looks like a primitive cradle. Jesus, I'm hungry. This is the only way up to the next row of caves. I can't climb up the ladder. Some of the twine around the baskets came loose. I can't shake any fruit loose from the baskets. Some kind of dwelling. Looks like there's a fruit tree. It's been years since I've tasted real fruit. Am once coaxed me into marching across 1,000 miles of ice to reach a stockpile of canned peaches, only to discover that he didn't give me a can opener. I'm not that hungry.
Hurts! Hurts! Hurts!
There's so much fruit growing on this tree. It must be the... Looks like some kind of altar. Nothing but twisted wiring and recycled plastic. What's with the ropes on the crossbeams? Looks like they're used for holding someone captive. Impressive. Someone important must live here.
Wita Fuma Piba.
I can't understand his language, but he seems to be welcoming me to the village. A bag. Maybe there's food in it. There's a video. I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do with this even. I don't know what to do with this. Some kind of dwell. This looks like a, what did they used to call them? Single-parent household. Probably depend upon the generosity of the rest of the village. Friggin' welfare parasites. That son of a bitch Am ripped out my vocal cords years ago. It's too hot. The boys are There's nothing in... It's a goddamn supermarket! Blondie here won't let me near the food. Primitive. These people are even more backwards than those gooks in Southeast Asia. Primitive. I don't see anyone inside.